So I think that's going to make for a very interesting matchup today.
Well, it's definitely going to make for an interesting matchup. But for kickoff, let's head to
crowd support.
Yeah, certainly you got the crowd support, and as we kick off the inaugural season of the Tiger Tanks Premiership, it's a ground that has not been happy hunting for many that has been here. A very difficult proposition for away teams. It's a tight field, very compact. Juan North, aggressive play on the front foot, and always a good joy to watch here at the Bukmalatrick Ground. Everyone is ecstatic, a very electric atmosphere here at the Bukmalatrick Ground. As Hans Devine said, known the Trinidad Palance as
Bukmalatrick. That's right. And, a great opening there from Hans and Siobhan, and again we want to say thanks to them for the opening as we're just getting ready now for action here. Just getting ready here for action between these two teams. Of course, this is a fixture. The league now, it's divided into Group A and Group B. And of course, the way they came up with the groupings, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13 played. And, they are in one group. And then, of course, you got the 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, etc. in another group. I personally, Brent, I don't like it. I would love to see each team playing against one another. But obviously they've got to look at the season. They've got to look at the fitness levels. It's going to be tough to ask these guys to play 15 games. So I can understand why it's done. And then you've got relegation. Don't let's forget that the two teams that finish bottom in Group A and Group B, they will be automatically relegated. And then you got the playoff, the second to last team. So let's have a look at the teams quickly. Queen's Royal College, they line up with Cassamy in goal. There's Harriman, Kwashi, King, Tuckett, James, Lamsey, Dubé, Nelson, the skipper, Caruth, and up front is Ronaldinho James. That's the QRC lineup. Sawo, they line up with Haynes in goal. There's Lois Ferguson. Well, there's the two Loises. There's Desai Lois at right back, and there's Joshua Lois. He's in the central defensive unit. There's Ferguson, Guy, Rogers, Sween, Mitchell, Jones, Joseph, and up front the skipper Larry Noel. So all in all, we're looking at the formation. Brent, QRC seems to be playing with a 4-4-1-1, and Sawan North, they seem to be playing a 4-1-4-1.
Yeah, expected, especially this early in the season. You're obviously going to see teams that will deploy a system that will, of course, protect their back four and solidify, of course, their structure defensively. So don't be surprised if you see this game and teams, of course, find it difficult to break each other down, because we have had a long time without football, Colin, and of course, fitness levels, cohesiveness, and fluidity of a team is very important.
Well, QRC is going to kick off here. The Tiger Tanks Secondary Schools Football League getting underway here. And what an encounter we expect here between these two teams. They were very evenly matched in 2019. And as I say, they finished 1 point behind. QRC finished 1 point behind Sawa North. Here's QRC ready on the attack. Long ball forward, and the first attempt to goal. It's just over the bar by Nelson. A long ball play right over the top of the defense. I thought he could have at least hit the target, Brent.
I tell you what a start that would have been by Queen's Royal College. Straight out of the training ground. Nice long ball in there. Maybe hustled the shot a bit, as you rightfully said, Colin. Could have taken a bit more time. It's the first boot of the game, so you can excuse him for that. But a good start from the men, the Royalians.
Well, here's James fighting for possession with Joseph. Joseph, in fact, wins out. Here's Joseph now for Sawa North. Looking for some backward support in Swede. Ball goes all the way back here to Lewis. Back to Joseph. Swede. As James gets hold of it for QRC. Looking for the return, but Lewis gets there before him. And Keeper, long clearance by him, and the heads go up. It's Rogers trying to get it in field, and here comes Sawa. This is a chance. Oh, wonder! It seems to be the skipper Noel that has put it into the back of the net. But what a start. Yes, it is skipper Larry Noel. Went straight through the QRC defense and he put it away.
Well, he had one thing on his mind, Colin, once he broke free of the back four, and that was slotting the ball into the back of the net. What a nice finish there by the young man, the captain of the team. When you talk about leadership in times like this, that's the way you want to start.
Here is Queen's Royal College with James, but he loses out. It's Ferguson looking to come forward with it. He's holding on to it, but in possession is Joseph. Playing that ball in field, and they give it away. The shot comes. What a shot! What a shot! What a goal! QRC has equalized! Nelson putting the shot from just outside the box. Oh, let's see. It looks like Lamsey, the number 21.
Well, what a reintroduction to SSFL football. 2 goals in quick succession.
What a response as well, Brent, from QRC.
Well, you wondered if their heads would go down, Colin, of course, conceding quite early. But I tell you what, this looks like it's going to be a goal fest.
Oh yeah, it certainly is looking that way. Here is QRC looking to gain possession, but it's one back eventually. The ball going back and forth, and the long ball played forward, looking for James. He's not going to get there. It's going to be going all the way through to Kasami. Gets it to King. Tuck it. He can't keep it in. It's going to be a throw for Juan North. Nelson with he leaves it actually for Lewis. And this is skipper Noel, the man who got the opener for Juan North. Looking to get it back to Sween. The shot.
Ambitious.
Yep, really ambitious.
Ambitious.
So it's going to be a goal kick for QRC. 1-1 here. And we've just been playing, what, about 5 minutes, Brent?
Talk about a breathtaking start. I'm sure the fans here have already gotten their money's worth.
And QRC had a chance even before the first goal. The long ball played up towards Nelson, and he tried to volley it into the back of the net. But here comes QRC again. Lewis can't clear his lines. Gets a second bite of the cherry. Gets it to Joseph. Good tackle from Tuckett. Going to be a throw for Juan North. 1-1 here. Juan North and Queen's Royal College. This is Joseph. Gets wrong his man. Noel is in the middle.
Trouble.
Here comes Joseph playing it square. That's the ball ricochets into the gloves of Kasami. Good bit of work from Joseph. Coming down the sides of the park. Jadiel Joseph. Let's go up. That's the back. Long clearance from Joshua Lewis. Of course, there's Desai Lewis playing right back for Juan North. And in the central defense is Joshua Lewis.
Well, I would say, Colin, this has been the most entertaining, scrappy affair I've seen in my life. Both teams haven't really settled as yet and played and connect passes, but we've been thoroughly entertained, particularly by the 2 strikes.
Well, this is Nelson, but can he keep it in? Yes, he can, but the referee, of course, is Crystal Sobers. The officials here, Crystal Sobers, and the 2 assistants is Caleb Wales and Kirk Charles. So through a free kick for Juan North. Long searching ball headed away, but only as far as Sween. Goes back to Lewis. He's trying to get it to Joseph. Tuckett intervenes. It's now James. He gives it away. And Sawan North look to come forward with Sween. Plays a nice ball over on the far side. Oh, I thought he should have taken it down and head towards goal. But still, they're going through a handball. Seemed to be just outside the box.
Well, I'm looking at her body position. If she's going, it was just on the line, Colin, and I wondered for a second if it was she was going to point to the penalty spot. It was quite close. But again, it's one of those situations where the hand was not in a normal position.
Well, it's a free kick for Sawan North. We see Sween is there. Also, skipper, no, I thought Noel was the other one player there. But it seems to be Sween is going to take the free kick. Lindell Sween. And oh, he bangs it over the bar. Went for power. And it did have the power, but it didn't have the direction.
No, it didn't have the direction. He leant back a bit, Colin, but the ball just started to rise as it got closer to the goal. Thought he would have gone for a bit of placement there. It's close enough to the goal to go for placement and not power.
It's a good ball forward. Getting it to Caruth. Caruth playing it inside. The heads go up, but the keeper nearly went over his head. And it's quick end-to-end stuff, isn't it, Brent? Well, there's no back, there's no build-up from the back. Get it forward, put the QRC defense under pressure.
Well, we've seen this tactic deploy on several occasions by Juan North. They're a team that goes quite direct. They had a player in the likes of Boyce up front many moons back, and he was a big boy up front with a lot of pace.
That's
and
right.
they used that tactic to their advantage.
This is Joseph getting it back to Lewis. Sends it back towards Ferguson. He clears his lines. This is the QRC goal scorer. And just heading that ball forward is Lampsey. And goes all the way out. It's going to be a goal kick for Sawan North. 1-1 here at the Sawan North secondary ground. It's Tiger Tanks Secondary School's live action. Heads go up, the header goes wide, and this is Noel. He's through again, he's through on goal. Noel, another chance, it goes wide. My word, he was through there. You would have thought, Brent, he would have nestled it in the far corner. Again, was very composed. He knew what he wanted to do, it just went wide.
Yeah, it just went wide. I thought he would have opened his body up and tried to slot it home with his right foot. Instead, he went for power with his left. And of course, ended up dragging his shot. But he's a handful so far since this game has started. Good pace and poise. And you'd have to think he's going to get more chances.
Now that ball coming across from Sween, finally cleared. But comes back to Sween. He's looking to take on his man, goes past Tuckett. But in the end, he couldn't get past King. And it's going to be a corner for Sawan North. Sween himself is going to take it. Lindell Sween seems to be a very talented player with the ball at his feet. Well, let's have a look at the corner. He is going to take it left-footed, so you expect this ball is going to be swinging in. Sends it towards the far post. And really and truly, he should have done better. But here comes Sawa again, finally cleared upfield. Giving chase is Nelson. But it goes out of play, and it's going to be a throw for Sawan North.
But it's been a frantic pace to this game so far. As I said, both teams deciding to go very direct. And it's caused no end of worries to the respective back fours who have really struggled to cope with the front men that they're defending against. It's made for a very interesting but certainly entertaining encounter so far. Got two scintillating goals and maybe a third here.
Yes, here goes Jones, but stopped in his tracks. Stopped in his tracks there by Quashing, and it's going to be a throw for Sawan North. 1-1, Juan North and QRC. As ball sent back upfield, James can't control it. Sent towards Sween. Oh, he's got a nice touch. There's Sween. They give it back to him, looking for the shot. Didn't have power, didn't have direction. It's going to be a goal kick for QRC.
And it's a good idea. It's a good idea because he was away from his defender and he was willing to crank up that left foot. Not a bad effort by the young man. I think he has to be able to pick his moments right. He certainly has the ability.
That's Lewis winning that, but gives it straight to Nelson. He's trying to play it infield, looking to get it to Caruth, but here comes Juan North again. It's with Rogers, trying to get it wide to his left
offside.
back. And the long ball played forward, but no flag as the ball is played down towards Joseph. Joseph gets it to Sween. He's very much in the game. Is twisting and turning. Gets it to Lewis. Lewis, is he going to get the cross in? Gets the cross in. Gets it to Joseph. Joseph playing back to Sween. Sween trying to go past the goal scorer for QRC in Lamsey. And Juan North come again. It's with Lewis. Plays that ball down the line towards Joseph. Joseph sends the cross in. It comes off of Kwashi. Goes to Tuckett. Tuckett plays it forward, and here goes the Royalians. This is the man. The shot comes, ricochets. It goes to Nelson. That shot goes just wide. Well. There was James going forward, had the shot, he had room, and it ricocheted back out. The shot from Nelson came, but it was just wide. And obviously, at this point in time, Brent, Samoa is open to that counter-attack.
Yeah, they're certainly open to it. They're throwing a lot of bodies forward. But I tell you what, Haynes looked absolutely beaten in that Juan North goal.
Yes.
The ball just whisked by the post. And if that was a warning shot for the rear guard of Juan North, I don't know what is.
Well, it's those moments a goalkeeper says, keeps praying, doesn't he? Saying, go wide, go wide, please go wide. And it did. He was very lucky to so easily have nestled into the far corner.
Yeah, it's a good counter-attack. Good transition play by Queen's Royal College. End-to-end stuff here at the Bookmalachis ground.
You're right in terms of end-to-end stuff. This is what the Secondary Schools League is about, Brent. End-to-end action, and both teams going at it and looking to score goals. Here's James. But won back here by Lewis. Sends that ball long forward. Harriman trying to clear his lines, but it's won by Noel. Trying to get it to Rogers. Does get it to Rogers. Rogers going down the line, getting past one, looking to get it inside. This is Noel, turns with it, and whoa, it must have gone out, and it's going to be a goal kick for QRC. 1-1 still. After that scintillating 5 minutes, things seems very quiet now, doesn't it?
Well, if this is the definition of quiet, it's really been entertaining. It's obviously lacked a bit of quality, and teams are trying to play, but they've certainly substituted that with just raw energy, enthusiasm, and passion, and that's what you want at this age group.
And effort, of course.
And a lot of effort there as well.
So they've headed forward by Sween. Goes to Noel. He's already a handful. He has the shot going just wide. That's good keeping. Casimir realized it was just going wide of the post, and he allowed it to go behind for a goal kick.
They're going to have to figure out how to deal with Noel. He's a player that likes to get the ball in over the top and very comfortable at going at defenders, and the Queen's Royal College defence is going to have to figure out a way to stop his progress.
And I tell you, I like Sween so far. He's got great control. I like his vision, and I think he also is going to be a handful. But this is Joseph. James winning it back, gets it in field to Caruth, but he can't hold on. Goes to Joseph, plays that ball down the line, getting it to Jones. Jones looking to come in field with it. But it's won back here by QRC as Referee Sobers is right on top of the action and indicating that there was no foul when Jones fell. And this is Sween getting it to Lewis. Joseph. So they're coming down the right side very often. But this ball played over onto that right side by James. This is a real tussle for the ball, eventually sent downfield. And I think referee Sobers, is she blown for a foul? We'll just have to wait and see. Nope, it's going to be a throw for QRC.
Well, it looks like she's called the play back. She's tried to play the advantage, and obviously the ball went out to play. So she's called it back. But it's
yes, she has.
It's settled down a bit now. Colin, you may expect teams now to obviously try to play. You have to say that's the nerves out the window.
The conditions though, Brent, it's very hot, very humid at the moment. And the pit, the field is playing. Here's a chance!
It's going to be trouble.
A mix-up, and Noel has the second goal. A real disaster between Kwashi and goalkeeper Kasami. Kwashi was backing. He wasn't sure Kasami was coming, and Kasami was left in no man's land, and that opportunist man, Larry Noel, he gets his second goal.
Well, I was just talking about the fact that Queen's Royal College have to find a way to stop him, and that's not the way. A mix-up at the back. Simple defending. If the goalkeeper doesn't call it, you've got to clear it. And the goalkeeper was hesitant. It needed a defender there to take control, which case he never did. And Kwashi, of course, and Casimir having a bit of a mix-up. Noel was grateful for the gift.
That's right. And Noel again taking it nicely, just headed it into basically an open net. So QRC panicking a little bit now as Harriman gives away a free kick. Oh, sorry, gives away a corner. So it's going to be a right-sided corner for Juan North. And Lindell Sween is going to take it with that left foot of his. Again, we expect in-swinger. Tends to go to the far post. It's sent back in field. Comes back to Sween. Does well. Looks to come inside, looking to take on, and then has the shot. Again, a little bit ambitious, Brent. The idea was good. His movement inside was beautiful. He was creating something, but I think he just hustled that shot.
Yeah, he hustled the shot and never was composed when he was striking the football. But you like the appetite. You have to agree that that is what you want from your attacking midfielder. Always looking to make something happen.
I tell you, I like the look of Sween already. I think he's going to be one of the players for the season. Now Noel is different. Noel is going to score goals, but Sween is going to create them. There's no doubt in my mind, and he's going to score a couple as well.
Well, they've been a handful. They've made it very, very difficult for the Queen's Royal College rear guard. No end of running, no end of guile, and no end of trickery.
St. Joseph going down that right flank as well for Juan North. He's creating some problems. Here's Noel. This time QRC is able to get it away. It goes to Caruth, the skipper. He's playing it wide towards Nelson, but it's one back
well
here.
Well defended.
Yep, by Guy. Goes back towards Lewis. Long searching ball, another, this is Sween. And it was well defended in the end by King for QRC. Puts it out, and it's going to be a throw-in for Juan North.
The Queen's Royal College rear guard needs to anticipate better. Once the ability to play the ball long seems to be on, they need to drop off. Give themselves 5 yards or so they can deal with the ball. Every time it seems like the ball is going over the top on into a foot race against Noel and Sween. And
that was the confusion caused just now for the second goal. The long ball over the top. Kwashi was going back, Cassidy was coming, and there was no sort of communication.
They just have to be able to anticipate, because they're going to have that problem all game long.
But Brent, I think you're right. When you have a ball played over the top and you as a defender, you're hearing a forward coming, you can't take the chance. You got to clear your lines.
And that is why you want to come onto the football and not be chasing the ball over the top. That's why you give yourself that extra 5-10 yards drop off. And even if the forward gets the ball, he still needs to face you. It's better the forward facing you than, of course, you're chasing with the forward towards your goal.
Well, QRC, they've won a corner on that right side. Of course, Nelson, the man going up that right side, trying to get it over, came off of Guy, and it's going to be a corner for QRC. Their first corner of the afternoon, right-sided corner. And Nelson is the man with the corner. The heads go up. Oh, he should have done better.
Yeah, he's got to hit the target there, Colin.
Central defender King coming forward, and you would have thought, Brent, he got up well, just couldn't keep it down.
Yeah, there was no direction in it, no real conviction, to be honest. Got to put better purchase on it. If he's coming in there, got to thump it in with your head. He was all alone, as you rightfully said. He probably wants that one back. Good opportunity for QRC.
Well, they're trying to build up from the back now, QRC. It's with King, man who just missed that header. Gets it to Tuckett. Oh, he gives it away. It's with Noel to Sween. That's my 1-2 combination here. This is Noel. He's got Rogers wide. He plays it infield, but it plays it forward. And offside, the flag goes up. Jones was in an offside position. He put it in the back of the net. He didn't realize at that point in time, but the whistle had gone before he put the ball in the net. And QRC left to fight on. So it's still 2-1.
Yeah, you're right, Colin. That combination of Sween and Noel has caused constant destruction and confusion in the Queen's Royal College backline. They just haven't been able to put a handle on those two.
It's and I tell you, I have a lot of time so far, Brent, for Sween. He hasn't scored, but I just love his movement. And when he's on the ball, you know, he's so creative. This is Noel getting it wide to Joseph. Sween is right there. He seems to be everywhere. Look at the touch. He's just so confident on the ball. Plays it in field. He gets it back. Let's see what he's going to do. He's going to... Look, he's just baiting the defender. Come to him. He loses out on this occasion. Long ball played forward. This is James. Looking for Nelson. Well intercepted by Lewis. Sends it downfield. Looking for Rogers. It's picked up in the middle by Dubé. We haven't seen much of him. Ball played forward to Jones.
This could be trouble.
Noel is in the center. He didn't see him. And he plays it in. Hey, Sween has the shot. It's blocked off. This is Harman. Does he win the throw? No, it comes off of him. It's going to be a throw to Juan North.
I tell you what, Colin, that Sween effort looked like it was about to nestle in the back of the net. It's a good intervention.
It was a good block, wasn't it?
It's a very good block.
So this is QRC now on the attack. It's with Caruth, the skipper. Gets it towards Dubé. He plays it to Nelson. Back in field. This is Caruth. The ball ricochets. Noel is not going to get there before Kwashi. Harman gets it back in field to Caruth. Has to go all the way back to his keeper. So they're going to start building from the back with King. Gets it to Tuckett. Oh, bad control. So it's going to be a throw. Joseph and QRC turned off for the moment because he throws it to Noel. Was all alone. Didn't seem to have any power behind that shot. But it goes to Nelson. Does he get in there before Lewis? He does not. Guy picks it up, gets it back to Lewis. Oh, he gives it away to Nelson. And he does well in the end. Gets it to Guy. So evades or avoids the trouble because certainly this is Rogers. Beautiful. Goes down the line. Goes past Harman. Harman still coming back at Rogers. Still looking to dribble his man. But he's got backward support from Guy. Oh, he gives it away as Caruth starts to come forward for QRC. Gets it to the goal scorer in Lamsey. Lamsey still in possession, looking for some movement up front. Has to go wide towards Nelson. He goes back to Harman. So QRC taking possession now, trying to knock it around at the back. It's with goalkeeper Kasami. King decides he can't go forward, so he goes all the way back to his keeper. Suddenly the pace has slowed a little bit, Brent.
Well, that's the right thing for QRC to do. Possess the ball a bit. Try to, of course,
Take
get
this
some
thing
realism
out of the
and
game.
take this thing out of the game.
Well, his Tuckett. Gets it to Caruth, back to Tuckett.
That's good football.
Plays it up the line. Here goes James, and he's offside.
That's good build-up play by Queen's Royal College.
It started from the back, didn't it?
Patient in the build-up phase, and of course, once they got into the midfield, 2 passes and they were in on goal. And if they can get more of those types of moments, I think Coach Kenwin Jones would be a happy fella. But it's a lot better.
I think Ronaldinho James, he went a little too early, Brent. He made the run, was a good run, but he just went too early. But as you rightly said, great build-up. So Juan North, they're very direct though. I can't see them very much building from the back. They're not that type of team.
I can't blame them. When you got Noel and Sween up front, you want to get the ball as quickly as possible. And as we talked about, it's quite a compact field, quite small in dimension. And
we've seen Juan North play here of many years, and Brent, this is their style. They play this ball long downfield and let the midfielders, the attacking midfielders and the forwards attack it. But here's another chance, and eventually it came off of the defender. It seemed to be Kwashi in the way, and it's going to be a left-sided corner for Juan North.
You're correct, Colin. It's their style. It's typical of what we see from San Juan North here in Bookmalatris. They're a team that fully understand their venue and how to utilize it to their strengths, and they do that very often. And
it seems here's the corner, comes in, the header goes, it's flicked on.
He's got to hit the target.
Well, hasn't hit the target. That man coming up from the back in Lewis is well blocked
That's a poor
off.
pass.
Yeah, guy gives it away, but he gets it back from Nelson. Has to go back all the way to the keeper. Haynes with the long ball, searching ball. Comes off of Jones. This is Lamsey. It's a good tackle. It's gonna be a throw. No, he keeps it in. I thought for 1 minute James would have allowed it to run out of play. But it now goes out of play, and it's gonna be a throw for QRC. Zachary King is going to, no, he's leaving it for Kaylon Tuckett to take the throw. The condition of the ground, Brent, it's pretty good. It's a nice ground for football, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a nice grassy surface. Seems to have a bit of rain coming up here, a bit midday. So it's a little bit slick and soft underneath, but very compact. And of course the humidity as well, Colin, it's certainly playing a factor. We've seen the tempo of this game drop off significantly. And,
yes, it has.
And as much as you would want to suggest that QRC is trying to control the tempo of the game, I think it's more to do with, of course, the humidity and the ability for these players to keep playing at the tempo that they started with.
Yep, well, we're playing up just about half an hour, and you're right, it was such a frantic pace that they just couldn't keep it up. So it's going to be a free kick for QRC. Kwashi is the man over the ball. He's probably going to hit it long towards Ronaldinho. Oh, it's sent. There's no hesitation with that. Get it out. And here's Sween chasing it. Is he going to get there? Yes, he is. And look at him dance, Brent. And he sent a beautiful cross in, and Kasami holds on. Just about holding on. But again, we see young Lindell Sween starting to dance, send the cross in, dangerous cross, and that could so easily have been in the back of the net. Again, Noel challenging for it.
Noel thereabout. It's a good ball in the box, but give the goalkeeper credit as well. He was quite brave to come to the feet of Noel, eventually smothering that chance. But again, the creator Sween.
Well, here is Lewis. He's got Joseph wide. He gives it to Joseph. Joseph looking to take on his man. does well in there, and he wins his throw, getting it off of King. So through for Juan North. Lewis is gonna take the throw, gets it to Sween, who gives it back to him. Gives it to Lewis. Lewis trying to do a little too much there, but he wins the throw as it comes off of the QRC player. This is Tuckett heading it out.
And I think that's where the coach, Mo, and the rest of San Juan North technical staff has to be in Sween's head. He has to pick his moments when he could put on the style, be creative. You don't want to stymie these types of players, Colin. You don't want to tell them not to. You just want to encourage them when to. And I think that's the key.
He's won a foul because he's brought down here by Caruth. And a free kick for San Juan North. Coming up to about 35 minutes in this game. So it's San Juan North. They lead at this point in time by 2-1. And it's going to be Sween with the free kick. Standing close to him is Mitchell. Of course, Noel is in the middle. Joseph is there. But here is Mitchell in possession. Tristan turning with it, trying to get to the byline. Does he get a foul? Yes, he does.
That's good play.
Yep. Free kick for San Juan North because Mitchell was looking to take on the QRC defenders. He did take them on, and he's won himself a free kick.
I think it's imperative for Queen's Royal College not to concede another one here as we get to the halfway stage. You just think if they went in at 2-1, Colin, it may give them that opportunity and hope going into the second half. But a third one, you might think it's lights out.
Yeah, it could really demoralize them. Here's Sween with the free kick.
It's a good ball.
Yep, it comes off the defender. Let's see. No. In fact, the ball came off of Joseph. So it's going to be a goal kick for QRC. They trail by 1-2. Real action here at the San Juan North secondary ground. It's played to Kwashi. Looking for some movement, but he gives it away straight to Mitchell. In fact, that's Jones, and that's a foul. And the referee has gone into her. She's pulled the card. She's pulled the yellow card for Jones. So Kidell Jones getting the first yellow card of the season. It's not a proud achievement, Brent. You would have got that many times.
I was a very decent and well.
I didn't say you were not decent. All I said you would have probably got the first yellow card in the first day of the season. That's all I said.
There were many other candidates before me.
Yes, long ball forward, headed away by Lewis. Comes down to King. Tuckett under some pressure here, and trying to get it up. If he doesn't, it goes out of play, and it's going to be a throw for San Juan North. So Kedell Jones picking up that first yellow card of the season. Well, there may have been earlier yellow cards in the other games, Brent. Don't forget we've got a few other games going on here this afternoon. But he's got the first yellow card of this game between San Juan North and QRC. But here goes down that left side is Guy. But they quickly lose out. It's with Ronaldinho James. Gets it to Caruth. Caruth twisting and turning with it, but Jones wins it. Gets it to Rogers. Rogers plays it back inside to Jones. He's being confronted by two Queen's Royal College players. This is played through to Nelson. That's good defending by Joshua Lewis. And he comes away with it. Being confronted by Nelson.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, excellent.
Very tidy.
Gets it to Guy. He plays that long ball. Noel takes it on the chest. He sends a wide ball towards none other than Sween. Here goes Sween. He's looking to take on his man. Goes one way. Oh, that's good defending. They had to double up on him.
It's and very good defense. And eventually Lamsey coming across and supporting his comrade there in Tuckett. Once he made that stutter step, it looked like Sween was in and only had one thing in his mind until Lamsey came in. That's good defending Good team defending.
You knew, Brent, he was going to take on the defender, wasn't it? There was no chance he was looking around.
Well, he had one thing on his mind. He's been that type of player, very direct, but of course very effective as well.
Ball back inside, headed away by Lamsey. Sent upfield, but no QRC players inside, but Guy going through, making the run, Kent Guy, and eventually it's cleared upfield towards this is James, and picked up now by Lamsey, and it's not kept in by Sween, so it's going to be a throw for QRC. Tuckett with the throw. Looking to get it forward to James. It's headed outside by Lewis, so it's another throw for QRC. So they've made some headway up the field. Tuckett gets it towards Lamsey. Back to Tuckett. It's come all the way back to King. King sends a long ball right across field, looking for Nelson. Headed away. The shot comes, goes wide. Shot by Dubé there. From distance, he had to get it on target, and really and truly, it was a wild shot, and it went wide. So here is Juan North with Lewis, sends a long ball forward, looking for Noel. Kwashi is in attendance, and eventually Noel goes down, but I'm sure he's going to get up quickly. This is Lewis. Joseph, twisting, turning with it, looking for some support, gets it. Queen's Royal College gets it to Dubé. He sends it forward.
That's good goalkeeping.
Yep, excellent
goalkeeping.
He realized the danger and came out quickly, cleared his lines. Kwashi at the back for QRC. Chips that ball forward, looking for Nelson. They switch play. This is James giving chase with Lewis. And good defending in the end. He just nudged James, and ball goes out of play. It's going to be a goal kick for Juan North.
We're starting to see both teams trying to play the ball a bit more now, a bit more possession based in what they're attempting to do. As I said, I just think the humidity is probably a factor in that decision.
So you're watching the Tiger Tanks Secondary School's opening game of the season. We are at Bougmalatres in the Juan North Secondary home ground, and they're leading at the moment against Queen's Royal College by 2-1. Dubé getting possession, doing very well in fact, and in the end he was being fouled. It's going to be a free kick for QRC. So it is. Let's see who's going to take the free kick. It seems to be Nelson. He's got support just to his left. Is he going to go long? He appears to me that he's going to play that long ball, trying to get it over the top of the Juan North defense. Doesn't get it over the top. It's headed out back by Jones. Sween can't get control of it. This is Dubé. Getting it to Caruth.
That's a good idea.
This is Ronaldo James, and it's cleared away by Joshua Lewis. Ball chipped forward for Ronaldinho James. He just couldn't get the better of Lewis, who cleared it, and it's going to be a throw for QRC.
It's about to comment that Lewis has done really well back there for Juan North. It's anticipated really well.
Dubé, it's a good ball. Looking to play it in field, cleared away. Goes to King, gets it to Lamsey. Trying to thread the needle, but here goes Noel. Oh, here goes Noel. Trouble here for QRC. It's Noel. Is it his hat-trick? Yes, it is. My word! This young man is a goal-scoring machine. You don't give him a chance. He's got 3 chances and he's put away all 3.
Well, once the ball was was finally nestled at the foot of Noel. There was only one outcome, and that was the ball into the back of the net. Great composure, finally squaring himself up with the goalkeeper and slots it past him. 3 goals in the first half. What an outstanding way to start this season for that young man, the captain of Juan North.
So it's Larry Noel 3, QRC 1. My word, you don't give him a chance. You've got to. They've backed off of him, and once you do that, you find yourself in trouble. And he's got such an elegant left foot. And Brent, he knows exactly what he wants to do when he gets into those positions. He's not going for power. If you look at his goals, all were just balls that were just placed away from the keeper. He's so composed. That's what I like about him so far. And this is Quashi. How will QRC come back now, Brent? 3 goals to 1 down?
Well, first and foremost, they have to find a way to stop Noel. They've not been able to contain him. He's found himself in behind the defence on too many occasions, and they've paid the price for it. So before they start trying to eat away at the deficit, they have to stop the deficit from increasing. And I think that's going to be the chunk of Coach Kenwyn Jones's halftime conversation. How do you stop Noel?
Throw for QRC. It's with Tuckett. He gets the return ball. Goes to Noel. Noel turns on it nicely. Sends a ball forward, looking for Rogers. It's picked up here by Joseph. Gets it now towards Rogers. Rogers is on the go, looking for the shot. Oh! Just over the bar. Again, good play from Juan North. Rogers going forward, had the shot, and my word, it was just over the bar.
He wasn't far off, was he? He, of course, found himself in a bit of a tussle once he broke free and ranked up that left foot. The ball just whiffed over the bar. I'm very sure Kaseme didn't know much about that one, Colin. A lot of power and conviction in it. Juan North with their tails up.
Yes, they're looking for more. They're not settling for this. Boys, gives it away to Noel. Well, couldn't control it. It's going to be a goal kick. They've just got to be careful at the back.
I think QRC wants the halftime whistle, and they want it soon. They've seemed to lost a bit of momentum. There's a period of the game, Colin, where they were possessing the ball, and they seemed to have the right intent to get themselves back into this one. And then all of a sudden, they found themselves 2 goals down. Well, it's 3-1. It's the score.
This is Joseph to Noel. Swede is free. He's looking to come back in. Looking to come back inside and try and get on that left foot.
He's got to go out on the right side,
right.
Colin. He's got to go outside and then use the left foot.
Yeah, he was looking so much, Brent, to get onto that left foot that he came back inside, but he did it too quickly.
Yeah.
So with just about 45 minutes played, we understand that there's no added on time. So this is Lewis. He does well. They know he doesn't keep it in. It's going to be a throw for QRC. They trail by 3 goals to 1. And Juan North looking for more goals here. They're not satisfied with the score being 3-1. They're looking to maybe get a tennis score. This is Dubé. Quashi. Back to Dubé. Harriman. He is wide on the right. Got some space in front of him. Plays it in field to Lamsey.
This is what they need, Colin. This is what QRC has to do if they have to get back into it.
Pass it around. Keeper comes. Didn't hold on to it, and you could see Ronaldinho James very upset that he didn't get on the end of that. And the referee whistle goes to indicate it's halftime here at the Juan North secondary ground. It's 3 goals to 1. Juan North lead, a hat-trick from the skipper Larry Noel. Tos Lamsey scored for QRC, but it's 3-1. Brent, I think we need to take a break.
Yeah,
and then we'll come back.
We certainly need to take a break. Exciting stuff here at the Book Malatri's Gong.
Well, what a first half we've had. Really all action here. The opening, and I tell you what, if this is what is going to be the season, what the season is going to look like, Brent, after 45 minutes of football, 4 goals, I mean, this is going to be a fantastic season for us here in the Tiger Tanks Secondary Schools Football League. Let's have a look at the highlights. Let's see.
Well, it was a game of a close encounter throughout. And of course, San Juan North, the team that was on the front foot, played on the front foot throughout.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they're the ones on top of 3 goals to 1.
Yep. And the equalizer coming from QRC, Brent, what, a minute after, and you thought, well, QRC are back in this game here with that equalizer, and you felt that this is going to, the half will go either way. But then Sawa started to attack. They started to look for the goals. There was a close miss there, and so there you could see they were looking. You could see, Brent, they were looking for goals here, Sawa North.
Yeah, they were looking for goals. They had their tails up, and of course QRC had their attacks sporadically throughout. They tried to play in the transition and a play over the top. And then San Juan North, of course, started to play, and then they eventually got their go-ahead goal after missing that opportunity. And they continued to attack until the goal came in, header and into the back of the net. Good finish.
A mistake from Kwashi, of course. Between him and the goalkeeper, lack of communication, and of course Noel pouncing on it and headed it in basically into an open net.
And that has been the storyline of the game today. The back four have not been able to contain the likes of Noel and of course Sween up front. Eventually a good save there by the custodian of Queen's Royal College, who kept them in the game, and eventually the game went to 3-1.
Yeah, I think you were making the point, Brent, that Sawa started to attack, and then another goal here from Noel, which that was his hat-trick, but a beautiful goal. I like his composure. A ball going right through the middle. He took it, he ran with it, he shrugged off the defender, and then very coolly he slotted it into the goal.
Here we have a look at the stats. Of course, 15 shots on goal there by San Juan North. A lot of them may have come from Sween. And
from Noel and Sween.
7 of those on target by San Juan North. 4 fouls for Queen's Royal College, 2 for San Juan North.
It's been a clean game,
fast-paced, back and forth. Of course, 1 yellow card in the game.
Yeah. Cadell Jones was the man getting the yellow card.
And of course, the corners being closed, despite the fact that San Juan North may have had the impetus in this one. QRC played in transition. And of course, the QRC goalkeeper, Casimir, having to make more of the saves.
Which was expected.
Which is expected. And that is the stats that we would have seen.
Well, let's go across to Hans. I'm sure Hans would have enjoyed that first half. Hans, beautiful first half, wasn't it?
Indeed, Brent and Colin, I really did enjoy the first half, but I know someone else that would have enjoyed it a little more than me. Assistant coach of Sawa North Secondary School, assistant coach Dekoto. Welcome. Let us know thoughts on first half and ways to improve moving into the second.
Pleasant good afternoon to the viewers. Just one thing, very good on offense, but not satisfied defensively. I think we need to improve a lot more defensively in terms of the calm and the patience and composure.
Well, Brent and Colin have been talking about the duo on your team. Tell us about them.
I guess that is Noel and Sween.
Yes, sir.
All right. Excellent players, young, aggressive. They have a lot of knowledge of the game, the students of the game. So they study the game a lot. Noel was the top scorer in the Tangatang Youth League, and then, Sween played a little bit of the Ascension League. So he has that little bit of experience going.
Well, we had the opportunity to speak to both of these players before today, and here's what they had to say.
very excited because I'm now finally getting to really showcase myself for the school with the intercall. I didn't get to do it in 2019, so here am I. It was difficult because I had started in 2019 and I get to play 2 games. I come on and play 2 games and thinking the next season I would have been starting, but then COVID come.
Everyone is learning their position day by day. We have a very experienced coach, so he's coming out every day and teaching us our role properly, attacking, defensively, and collectively. I'm finally getting an opportunity to show my community, my school, friends, everybody that are around me, the potential that I have and what I can do on the field.
I motivate them by letting them know every game is a final and we have to play hard to win it.
What an interesting first half it has been. I'm here with assistant coach Kerry Batiste of QRC. So, Kerry, I just want to ask you, we noticed that there was a defensive mix-up that was costly to the team in the first half, and I want to know what is your approach to prevent that from happening again in the second half?
Definitely, we didn't defend it properly. We didn't keep the ball as best as we could. We didn't shift it as quickly as possible, so what we got to do, we got to fix some of those things coming in the second half here, and we got to keep the ball a little better and try and see if we can score some goals.
Thank you so much, Coach Kerry Batiste. And one of the key players that we're going to forward to was Tao Lamzi, who actually scored the winning goal for QRC in the first half. So right about now, we're going to get into the key players of QRC with Tao Lamzi and captain Aidan Caruth.
Is together very well as a unit. In Queen's Royal College, we have a sense of brotherhood throughout the school, so it wasn't very difficult for us to click together and for us to gain that chemistry. Well, not being able to play for my school since 2019 was really difficult for me, and it was a real struggle when I wasn't able to play football 24/7. The last time I played competitive football was earlier this year, actually, in the Tiger Tanks Under 20 Championship. I had been maintaining my fitness throughout the pandemic, doing training at home. But for the team, I would say it was quite difficult, given as people wouldn't have been training consistently throughout the pandemic.
I got fitter during the training sessions, and I think this is the fittest I've ever been. But I'm excited because it's my first time playing in Intercall, and it will be a great experience, and I just want to go out there, have fun and win.
And I just try to remind myself and remind my team members that, we came here to win. That's our goal this season. We came to win the SSFL, and we have high hopes for ourselves. The principal has high hopes for us as well, and we just come out here to do what we do best.
In it to win it, the words of the young men of QRC. The game may be 3-1 in favor of Juan North Secondary School, but it is definitely not yet over.
We did say that, though, that it would be a match to really pay attention to. 2019, Juan North Secondary finished 6th, QRC finished 8th, and these boys are out showing that they have something to prove.
Definitely showing that they have something to prove. When we come back around, we get ready for the second half of this opening match. But before today, we actually spoke to some of the coaching staff of these teams. And here's a look at their opinions.
Well, the process of building a completely new team this year was very, very challenging. Over the last 2 years, we lost a lot of players, in excess of 12 to 15 players. So from the 2019 senior team, we have one player who is in upper 6 now. He would have played the majority of games in 2019, and there's one other player who is now going into Form 5. At that time, he would have been on in the Form 2 on the senior team, he would have played just about 2 games. Naturally, some schools, because of the stigma attached to the school, we struggle a little more to attract players. So earlier in the year, most of our guys would have played in the Tiger Tanks tournament. We had a couple of them who would have played the next level under 19 tournament, as well as the Ascension tournament. So we have some guys who have had playing experience coming into our preseason. So it's more or less understanding the team tactics, understanding the dynamics of each other, understanding of what we need to do in order to compete at this level. But on the field of play, the fitness, the technical work, I think we have that covered. They're just excited, raring to go. We are just trying to calm the nerves because obviously because they have not played at this level before, there will be some tension coming into the first game. So it's about keeping them calm, keeping them focused, and curtailing their excitement.
They've looked forward to this competition, as we know it's a historic competition for our schoolboys. I myself was part of it at my time, albeit 20-something years ago. It has been really difficult trying to build a new team, not having football since 2019. I think it's been difficult on the players mostly because they have missed out on a lot of development or football per se. But we have a lot of players who have been exposed to national football, national youth football that is. So I think that, we're looking forward to see what they can produce come time the season. We had to start quite early in bringing them back out, got them into their exercises, and of course the boys are picking up quite quickly. We're just now fine-tuning for the season and hoping that what we've learned over that time would be executed on the field. If I would put their level of excitement right now for match day 1, I think it is a 5. I think they're more nervous more than anything because of course for 99% of the team it is going to be their first introduction to Intercol and to the SSFL League. So I'm really happy to see the SSFL returning because it is a feeder program for our national youth levels. There are so many players around Trinidad and Tobago that get the opportunity to be scouted to go to the national teams and even onto colleges. It is a matter of bragging rights as well, and I'm sure that QRC would want to have that bragging rights this year.
Welcome back here to Bookmalatras, the home of Juan North Secondary. We're just about getting ready for the second half. And if the second half is anything like the first half, boy, we're in for some action. Brent, how are you calling it? Will Sawa continue their goal scoring spree, or can QRC get back into this game?
Well, the afternoon has gotten a bit cooler now, so the humidity that impacted the latter part of the first half may not be at play here, but the tempo, the enthusiasm and the endeavour that we saw in the first 15 minutes by both teams for that matter, surely if we even got an inkling of that in this second half, we'll be very happy, Colin.
Well, Sween plays that ball wide on the left. Here's Rogers trying to get in field with it. Oh, he's been double tackled here. Good tackling here, but he gets the ball across.
That's
and Cassimy had to quickly fall to his left, and he did well. So QRC again looking to build here from the back. The keeper just throwing it out, but this is Noel getting in the way of that. Goes to Sween. Sween looking for some support. He has to go backward. Gets it to Lewis. Lewis coming forward with it. Yes, he does extremely well. Still Lewis in possession. Looking now for some support. And in fact, it's finally cleared away by Kwashi.
Well, they've picked off right when they've left in the first half. The aggressive front foot approach by Juan North. It's a good showing by the boys from Bookmalatras. They've looked impressively well so far. Of course, some of these players, Colin, would have played in the Ascension League, the Tiger Tanks League, and of course the NLCP League, the different leagues that would have started once the pandemic restrictions were lifted here in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, I remember Noel playing in the Tiger Tanks under 20, and I think he was, if memory serves me right, he was a top scorer.
Yeah, he was a top scorer.
So he's certainly carried on. Here's James, getting it towards Ronaldinho James, getting it to Stephen James, and in fact, it's won here by Sween. In possession, still Sween. This time it goes to Rogers, plays it up to Sween, who's made that run forward. A little bit of trickery, doesn't get the better of Kwashi. Sends that long ball forward. Here goes Caruth for QRC.
He's going to get it across.
He's trying to win a corner out of it, but he gets a throw.
Yeah, the opportunity went there. There was a man waiting in the middle. It looked like after Caruth made that run,
I think it was Ronaldinho James.
Ronaldinho James waiting in the middle. Caruth just couldn't wrap his feet around it. Of course, he was impeded by 3 San Juan North defenders.
This is Kwashi getting it to Harman.
That's a good ball.
Yep, the keeper came well. He did well.
It's brave.
Yes, he came quickly, plucked it out of the air. This is
offside. It's got to be.
Well, it appeared that their assistant...
I don't like that rule, Colin. We've seen it in the top flight. We've seen the Premiership. It's a rule that the players are allowed to go on. And that there is a perfect picture of why I don't like the rule.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
if he's offside, raise the flag, blow the whistle, and let's restart.
This is Rogers. Looking to take on James, but James wins it, plays it in field, but it's won back here by Jones. But Lampsey gets possession, sends that ball forward, cleared up field by that man Ferguson in the back, and here goes Joseph. Wide on that right side, gets it in field to Noel, plays it back to Jones. This is Sween, looking to play a 1-2 with Jones. QRC intervene. Lampsey gets it to Caruth. He has to go backwards. Gets it towards Tuckett. Goes all the way back to goalkeeper Cassamy. Lewis wins it, but he gives it away as QRC. No one really in control at the moment. A little bit scrappy as that's a heavy tackle.
That's very late. I'd be surprised if he stays out to the books.
Well, he survived. Referee Sobers has just awarded a free kick.
But I'm looking at the line of engagement by San Juan North secondary, Colin, and they've now seemed to be playing a higher press. They were allowing, of course, Queen's Royal College the ability to possess the ball at the back in the first half, but it looks like Coach Moore decided to not allow that, and QRC is really struggling to get the ball out to the back.
Well, here is the free kick for San Juan North. Of course, Noel up front. Jones is there. Rogers is there. Well, did he go for goal? But the ball comes to... it's another one in the back of the net. It seems to be Jones getting the goal in the 50th minute. Cadell Jones. It came from a ricochet. And the ball was put into the back of the net from that ricochet. And poor goalkeeper Cassamy was left with no chance. Let's have a look at it, Brent.
Ball comes into the box. Very unfortunate there. Defender doesn't deal with it, and it spills to...
It came off of King.
Yeah, it looked like King. I was trying to find the number. It's King.
It's King.
It went through his legs.
Went to Jones.
The easiest task for Jones to put it in the back of the net. QRC certainly couldn't have afforded to go another goal down. Makes getting back into this game very, very difficult. There goes a high press by San Juan now. They're not going to allow them to settle, Colin.
Yeah, and I really like the approach of San Juan North. They're hustling. Look at that. Noel has come all the way back. He's one possession, but Jones can't keep it away from Dubé. But it's sent right high back up into the QRC defense. It comes off of Kwashi, and San Juan North, they've got a corner.
Well, I know this is the first game of the season, Colin, but you'd have to think that the other school teams that are watching this game right now, coming here in Book Malaches is going to be a very difficult proposition, because this team fully understands this venue and they play to their strengths. They've been sensational so far in this game, and of course, more importantly, they've been very clinical in front of goal.
Well, this is the shot comes and slid off the line, is it? And then it goes over the bar. Well, the corner went towards the far post, and coming in, taking the shot, it seemed to be Ferguson, and it was cleared off the line, and eventually the follow-up shot went high over the bar. So we just about coming up to 10 minutes into this second half. Just about 7 minutes so far played in the second half.
This could be trouble.
This is Noel again. This is Noel. Can he score? Oh!
Can he?
The audacity of this young man. And he's very unlucky. That ball came off the post. Well. We've got to see that again, Brendan, a little bit. But here comes Juan North. It's Sween. Sends the ball in field, looking for Noel. Cleared away. But Ferguson intervenes, gets that ball wide towards Joseph. Kiwasi under all sorts of pressure at this point in time, and it's going to be a throw for Kiwasi. The throw taken quickly. We've got no time to settle, no time to breathe here at Book Malatres. Juan North, it's attack after attack, and they're not pausing. Here they go forward again through Jones. Finally, they cleared the downfield. It's at the back with Ferguson. Goalkeeper Haynes gets it back to Ferguson. Sends that ball forward. Noel just flicking it on, looking for Sween. Kiwasi with Lamsey. Sends that ball forward, but it goes straight to the goalkeeper. But let's go back to that play, Brent, with Noel. He had no opportunity, when I say to turn and shoot. So what did he do? He backheeled it.
Improvisation.
Oh my word.
At its best.
I just hope we're lining up that. I would love to see that replay again.
It's a good clearance.
This is Lamsey. Sending it wide, looking for Nelson. Nelson in possession, coming in field with it. Gets it to Ronaldinho James, but it's well won by Lewis. He sends it upfield, but Kiwasi regained possession through Lamsey. He has to go all the way back. Gets it to Kwashi. Kwashi in possession, plays that ball downfield, looking to get James going, but it's won here by Rogers. He gives it away, intervened by Lewis. It's Noel to Rogers. Noel goes back up the line to Rogers. Across comes King, plays it into touch.
They've got to find a way, aren't they, QRC? As we see the fans enjoying this one, Young. And the rhythm section, of course, Colin. I picture you was a drummer back in your day.
No, I was not drummer, Brent. I was quicker dance. I would quicker dance. You know, the moves. I always had moves. But
I'm scared to even picture what your dancing would have looked like. As we take another look.
Let's have a look.
This bit of improvisation by Noel gets around King. Look at this for improvisation.
My word. Wasn't that great? Unlucky. Came off the post.
Would have been an early contender for goal of the season.
This is James, Ronaldinho James. Gets it towards Nelson. Looking for the shot.
Well, it's better. It's better from Queen's Royal College. You have to figure that they need a goal, as we see the little ones enjoying it.
It's a nice crowd here, isn't it? It's what we've come to expect at Juan North Secondary. They always get good crowd supporting the team. This is Sween. Gets it back towards Mitchell, but his pass is a little wayward. It's going to be a throw for Kiwasi. Harriman with the throw. James gets it in field towards Dubé. This is a nice ball from Caruth. And Ronaldinho James trying to get the better of the defenders. It's with Nelson. Good tackle. And
didn't go out.
Yeah, it didn't go out, yeah. I thought it did for a moment. But here comes Sawan North with the goal scorer who scored the 4th goal in Jones. Trying to get it wide towards the overlapping Lewis. It's going to be a throw for Sawan North. They lead by 4 goals to 1. A hat-trick from Larry Noel. And the 4th goal coming from Kedell Jones. It's a good ball. Can Nelson keep it in? No, he can't. So it's going to be a throw for Sawan North.
But have to find a way to get back into it. Queen's Royal College, as I said before, getting back into it means finding a way to stop Noel and of course Sween. And then from there, Colin, you have to find a way to possess, build the football, get some passes together, of course try to pull this Sanborn North team apart and then see if you can create the chances. And I think that's the way to get in. It may sound easy on paper, but the actuality, and I think the first point of it, stopping Noel, is the problem.
Well, I didn't want to comment, Brent, because I honestly can't see QRC getting back into this game. I like the press from Sanborn North. I like their eagerness. I like their attitude. I think it's, and they keep, you're leading 4-1, but they're not letting up.
Well, as I said, it's an advert for other teams that are going to come here to visit. This has been a spectacular performance as we see some of the Sanborn North faithful here, students at the Bookmalatras facility. They've done everything I'm sure Coach Moore would have wanted from them, Colin, in terms of their aggression, playing on the front foot, and of course that little one there would be happy with some of the spectacular goals we've seen here today.
No doubt, and there are some of the other spectators involved in looking on at this game. It's been very entertaining as a player is down injured and you're not missing any action, as we see QRC trying to get some substitutes maybe on to see if they can maybe have an impact into this game. So the player is up and treated. We're gonna just restart the game now. Goalkeeper Haynes, in the meantime, he's decided to relax, have a seat, as the throw-in goes towards Sween, but there was King in the way. Kwashi getting it here towards Noel, plays it in field. The loose ball comes off of Jones, and really and truly a little bit of pinball, but long ball for James. This is a chance. This is a chance. Oh, he's missed it. Well. Hesitation by the keeper. He started to come, Brent. We've talked about that before. He's been coming out very quickly out of his goal to intercept these long balls. Here he was coming, and all of a sudden, Brent, he stopped.
He stopped, and James had the chance there just to put it into the back of the net. He went for the more difficult execution with the outside of the right foot when he should have used his left foot to guide it in.
That's right.
To the goal. He just needed a touch, a positive touch with that left foot, and QRC would have, of course.
But warning signs for Sanborn North.
Well, it is indeed, and the game has been a knife's edge despite the 4-1 scoreline. But goals have been coming fast and furious here, and more importantly, chances have been coming fast and furious as well.
So a throw for Sanborn North. This is Noel! Oh, well, the keeper, he decided to use his feet. Didn't think he got the power into that shot. He had it on his favored left foot, and I thought the keeper should have done a little better with it. He used his feet, got it away from the goal, but Samoa North, they've won a corner. It's the right-sided corner, and Lindell Sween is going to look to swing it in with that left foot. That's a good corner. The shot comes a rocket. What a shot coming from you-know-who, Larry Noel. A rocket there. It hit the top of the bar and went over.
I tell you what, I looked at it coming off the laces, Colin, and I just wondered, as we have another look at it here, good corner by Sween. Once the ball comes out here, look at this. Look at the defenders, Colin. Even they were trying to get out of the way because of the venom it was struck with. And I was going to say, I wasn't sure if Casemiro, even if he got his hand onto it, would have been able to keep that out of the net.
We see a substitution, some substitutions for QRC.
Seems like Zion Aberdeen has just entered for Stephon James. No, Stephon James looked like he's entering the field. But no, Aberdeen certainly entered.
Stephon James, in fact, started. So we'll, in a minute, get a list of those substitutes who have gone on. So QRC ringing the changes to see if that will make a difference. So here comes QRC, trying to at least get a second goal. Through for Samoa North. Let's have a look at it. Have a look at it again, Brent. Whoa. What a shot from Noel, wasn't it? And it was also at an angle. He was running to that ball.
Came around it.
Angle. Yeah,
he came around it. He got good laces onto it. It's a good strike. Clean strike. Just couldn't find the inside of the frame. He found the outside of the frame. As we take another look at this, quite a large turnout here at Book Malatris. It keeps swelling. I'm not sure even that's possible here. I would suggest that we're probably about 75%, Colin, in capacity.
I would think so.
And still building.
There's a corner from Sween. Goes all the way towards that man who's come on as a substitute. Aberdeen, Zion Aberdeen. So just about coming up to 65 minutes in this game. QRC trailing by 4-1 against Samoa North. And Samoa North coming forward with it. This is Rogers, gets it to Sween. Plays that ball towards Noel. Has oh my word! This young man is a machine. My word! He hit that one time. I didn't expect it. Casemiro didn't expect it. This ground has erupted. No one expected. It was a through ball. He just ran onto it and bang into the back of the net. Casemiro never saw it. Let's have a look, man. Look at this. Well, look at the angle.
He's gotten it beaten pace-wise and then power-wise. Look at this first strike here from Noel. Past the goalkeeper. Casemiro doesn't have a sight of that one. Into the back of the net. A bit of grimace. Every single inch of power into the back of the net. The fourth goal for Noel. And what a strike from that young man. Talk about an announcement into the start of this new season. That is one. And it's that man in your picture, Noel.
I thought Brent, he might have tried to take it back inside of the defender. What? Take it back? He doesn't know about those things.
Well, he has a lot of confidence in that left foot, and he's not afraid to have a strike.
Actually, I'm a little concerned now. He's down. He's down in the middle of the pitch, and he seems to be holding his right leg. And
well, he's done his job. The hope, however, is for the games to come.
Yeah, if I was the coach now, I would take him off.
Yeah, he has to come off. There's no doubt. He's done his job, not just as a captain, but also as a goal scorer, leading this team.
4 goals and the opening there, and the through ball came from guess who? Lindell Swede.
It's a tight angle. Of course, the goalkeeper Cassimi would have to take some blame for that, but the power in which the ball flew past him, I don't think there's much he could have done.
Not only that, I don't think he expected Noel to hit that one
correct.
time.
Yeah, you're correct. It was an angle that certainly didn't favour Noel, but it didn't matter. He backed his left foot and he absolutely cranked that one. He deserves all the plaudits that he's about to receive as he's about to leave the field a hero.
If this was a seated stadium, this stadium would have been rising. If this was a seated stadium, they would be rising to this young man. On the opening day of a season, when you're supposed to be a little bit rusty, he scored 4 goals.
But
what more can you ask?
He's just taken up from where he's left off from the Tiger Tanks League. Most goals in that tournament, and he's certainly off to the races here for most goals in the Tiger Tanks SSFL.
Well, a star in the making, no doubt.
But what he is, he's raw, Colin, and he has a knack of wanting to always find himself in a position to score.
Well, here comes Juan North again, and Kwashi just slipping on the ball. Gets control, sends it downfield. It's in the middle of the field now with Franklin. As Kiyoshi trying to just get a grip on this game. This is Franklin. Sends the ball over to for Nelson. But it's Rogers, another player down on the far side. It is Kwashi. Nathan Kwashi is down. So he's going to be looking for some sort of treatment. We're coming up to 70 minutes. A lot of the legs now, Brent, are going to tell.
It's just how they play. It was a very humid first half.
Cramp, muscles, injuries, all sorts of things.
Well, I was just looking into the next phase for Kenwyn Jones and this QRC team. And when he starts to dissect this game after the final whistle is blown, Colin, I think a lot of it will hinge around the brilliance of Noel and Sween. He was beaten today by 2 players that have been throughout this game so far in exceptional form. And that's the difference really here this afternoon.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But what a cracker. To me, that was the best of the 4. Larry Noel. There he is. He's being treated. And everybody would be probably around him saying, take care, treat him well, make sure he gets whatever he wants.
Well, I'm looking at the type of application being used, and that's normally used to muscle. And you have to hope it's not a muscle tear or a muscle pull, especially in that region. And maybe just a bit of cramp, but you don't use ice for cramp.
No, you don't.
So you have to think it's a muscle injury.
Well, let's hope it's nothing too serious.
Maybe muscle fatigue.
Just a little tweak or something like that. But I think you made the point when he scored that 4th goal. He grimaced.
Yeah, he did grimace.
Yeah.
He did put a lot of power into that shot. I think he knew once he was about to take that opportunity, there's only one way he could beat the goalkeeper, and that's with pace.
Yeah.
So he put a lot of effort into it. Unfortunately, it's the effort that, of course, we have had some say in his injury.
Let's just hope that he's all right. He is lying up the side of the field and getting treatment. So, but what a start to the season. 4 goals. Some players wish they score 4 goals in a season. He's done it in 1 game. My word.
I think I've scored 4 goals in my lifetime.
I'm not in that category, Brent. I've scored many. I've scored many a goal for Fatima College. Many a goal. But I wouldn't go into my history.
Well, there wasn't Google back then, so I couldn't check it.
Here's a long ball for James. Is he going to get there? No. Doesn't get there before goalkeeper. Actually, that was Nelson. A long ball played towards Nelson. Not getting there before the goalkeeper. Now he's got a little bit of cramp. This is Haywood. Haywood, the man who came on as substitute for Noel. That's going to be a foul. It's going to be a free kick for Guy. A foul committed. Oh, a yellow card for the man who came on as a substitute, Franklin. So Franklin has been yellow carded by the referee. And for the foul there on Guy. This is Lewis. Lewis with the free kick. Sends it into the heart of the QRC defense.
This could be trouble.
Oh, good tackle in the end, but there was, let's see, the man who came on there, or is it? Just looking to see if in fact it was a substitute. No, it was Rogers. He just couldn't get there before the defenders, and they cleared it. This is Sween with the corner. He's kicked some very good goal. As soon as I say he kicked some very good corners.
Commentators curse.
Yeah. But still, they're battling for it on that far side is Lewis.
They haven't done a good job of clearing their lines, QRC, from set plays coming into the box.
Nelson does well, sends that ball down the line, but look at the Sawa custodian in Haynes. Comes off his line quickly, Brent.
Well, he understands the feel and the home ground that he's playing on.
This is Haywood. Plays a good ball inside to Jones. Jones turns nicely with it. Has to go back, however. Gets it towards Mitchell. This is a good run. Excellent run going down that left side. 2 defenders on top of him, and that was Sween. Oh, sorry, that coming down that left side there was in fact Aberdeen, man who has come on as a substitute. Aberdeen, and just couldn't get the better of the 2 defenders. So we into the last 15 minutes of this game, and Sawa Secondary leading by 5 goals to 1. Kwashi does well, does very well, turns with it, gets past Haywood. A little bit of miscommunication between Kwashi and Nelson, and the throw quickly taken by Guy. It's another throw for Sawa North. Guy goes back towards Lewis, sends a long ball, searching ball there, trying to get it towards Rogers, who has gone infield now. He's gone basically he's taken up the position of Noel. Brent, this is Rogers, whereas on Haywood, he has come out wide on the left.
Yeah, they've kept the formation, but they've just switched the personnel. Wasn't a like-for-like change. Still has Sween in close support.
Rogers, who occupied the left
side, yeah. He's gone middle.
Yeah, he's gone middle now.
Down the middle.
And Haywood, who has come on, he is the man who has gone on that wide left side. Rondell Haywood.
I think looking forward, and again thinking about Queen's Royal College, it's a game that they can look at and learn a lot from. There is a lot within there that is positive. They try to possess the ball, they try to do things, but I think, as I said before, they've been scoopered by the brilliance of Sween and Noel. But they could take positives out of this one, Colin. It's 5-1, yes, but I think there are some positives.
Well, the thing is, when you're right. I mean, you know, on another day, this game could easily have been 1-1 or 2-1 for QRC. But they were undone on the day by the brilliance of the goal scoring brilliance by Larry Noel. Well, you see the referee is going to reach into her card, and let's see who's going to be booked. It appears it is going to be Lewis. The number 14 is booked, so he is the first Samoa North secondary player going into getting a yellow card from referee Crystal Sobers. She's done a good game, hasn't he?
Yeah, she's been solid throughout. Yeah. Experienced campaigner, and has really kept this frantic end-to-end game under control.
This is QRC in possession. Oh, the shot comes, though, it's hit the post. And this is a chance for James. Well, the shot there, coming from the man who scored the goal for QRC, he could have so easily have got a second. That is Lampsey, had the shot. And the goalkeeper, let's have a look at Brent. There is Lampsey, won the ball, had the shot.
I tell you what, that was close.
Yep.
It's got all laces, and even that there was a bit of a late challenge.
I think he didn't go down
by Ferguson, but Ronaldinho didn't go down, and I think that's the reason why it wasn't called.
Lampsey,
that's a good ball.
There is
that's good goalkeeper.
Yellow card on Jadel Charles. QRC in possession, looking to come forward with it. Sent back upfield, looking for Rogers.
Support touch.
Yeah, and it goes to Sween. Sween looking for some support. Oh, he turns with it. Has a very ambitious shot there. And I suppose that's the confidence of these guys now.
Yeah, it's the confidence, but probably could have taken it in a couple yards closer. I think he himself knows that. And I think this young man knows that as well. Has a smile on the face. Must be a Samoa North supporter. Or supporter of goals. He did well. This could be dangerous.
Rogers looking to get the header in, but it goes to Haywood. Comes off the defender, and it's going to be a corner. Yep. So, yeah, it was actually number 14 booked. We did say it was Chase Charles, but it was not. It was Lois, the number 14. Desai Lois was the man booked for Samoa North. So a left-sided corner. In the meantime, The Queen's Royal College captain is coming off the field, so he is limping. So Caruth, he's made his way off as the corner has been taken short. It's with Sween. And look at him, he's trying to get to the byline. Well, sends a delicate one to the far post. And the header coming in from Joshua Lewis was not a good one. And really and truly, he should have done better, Brent. It was a pinpoint cross from Sween. He picked out Joshua Lewis at the far post. And he never got the header in, never got the header going. So
yeah, he should have hit the target, really and truly. He had enough time. Ball was played across. He was all alone back there, and he just never really got to the target.
So Caruth has been substituted, and the man coming on is Philip Nelson. So skipper Caruth has gone off, and Philip Nelson is on. The number 18 player, as this ball goes wide towards Harriman, back to Kwashi, sends the ball forward looking for Nelson, but he loses out to Lewis, and Lewis goes down. Long ball as Lewis still on the ground as we enter about the last 8 minutes of this game, as QRC looking to come forward with that man who scored the lone goal and hit the post, Lamsey. And in the meantime, player is down. It seems to be Lewis. The referee
Cramp as well.
Yeah, the referee has halted play.
Yeah. To be fair, Colin, I'm surprised we haven't seen more players go down with cramp. We talked about, of course, the hiatus that football has taken due to the pandemic. And one of these kids playing at the intensity levels that we saw at the first 10-15 minutes.
There is referee Crystal Sobers. He's done a really good game here today. Don't think anybody could complain about the quality of refereeing, as she's gonna see what she's gonna do, if she's gonna give the ball back to Juan North secondary. Most likely she will, because they were in possession at the time she blew the whistle. Yes, she does, as it's with Ferguson. Plays it across, gets it towards the man who has also come onto the field. That's Philip Gray as substitute. He's come on the field there as Lewis is the man getting some treatment off the field. This is a ball played by Rogers out to Sween. And is he fouled? Yes, he is. And referee Sobers is reaching into her pocket again. And she is given a yellow card to Nelson, the man who has come on as a substitute for QRC. So yet another QRC player booked. So Philip Nelson going into the getting a yellow card, as well as Franklin. Funnily enough, they were both substitutes.
Well, they're struggling, of course, to get into the rhythm of the game.
Well, we're into the last 5 minutes of this game as the ball cleared downfield, but it goes straight to Sween. Playing it forward, gets it to Harewood. Harewood gives it back to Sween. Sween looking to take on 1, 2, 3. That's too much, son. Too much for him to take on, and QRC win back possession as Lamsey coming forward with it. That's a good bit of tackling as Juan North regain possession. QRC coming forward with it. It's going to be played wide towards Harriman. Harriman playing it back infield.
It's a good ball.
Yep, but it's won back here by Juan North as they clear their lines. It's going to be a throw for QRC. In the meantime, Juan North secondary player is down. Not too sure who it is at the moment. Could be Rogers. No, Rogers is standing there to the left of him. There's Rogers, the number 7. So a confirmation of that yellow card for Philip Nelson of QRC. And we're into the final. I can't believe, Brent, that anybody else would think that Mr. Noel, Sir Larry Noel, is not man of the match.
Well, he has to be man of the match.
Did somebody say that he's not man of the match?
No, not at all. I think it's a no-brainer in this one.
I think anybody who knows anything or doesn't even know about football will give Larry Noel. You can't score a beaver trick and not get man of the match.
Are you suggesting that someone that doesn't know about football choose
Never
man
said
of the match?
that. I never said that at all, Brent. I was just making a comment on the choice of man of the match. Yeah, I mean, there's absolutely no doubt. It's really a no-brainer, isn't it? It's probably the easiest man of the match for the entire for the entire last 3 years. So here is Samoa North looking to come forward and brought down. It's going to be a free kick coming up to the last 2.5 minutes. We'll wait and see if there's any added on time. Don't think there should be, even though we've had a lot of injuries, etc., and players going down. I can't see the referee adding on too much time onto this game.
Well, I think from what we've seen here from Samoa North, would suggest that they're probably title contenders this year. I know it's very early.
I was about to ask you that. I asked you how would you rate them? Would you rate them as being among the top teams in the league this year?
Well, I know
it's difficult.
It is difficult.
Seen other teams.
But at the same point, when you have a player like that man in your picture and the goal scorer, Noel, you have a chance. And we've been covering SSFL for quite a long time. And I would suggest to you, Colin, that that's one of the better dynamic duos we've seen in this league for quite some time.
Without a doubt.
And I'm using that as my factor.
Yeah.
For judging moving forward.
You know, the thing is, Brent, you can have all the defenders in the world, you can have the midfielders in the world. If you don't have someone on top scoring goals, you're going to lose a game 1-0, you're going to draw games goalless, and you're not going to score goals. When you have a player like that, even if you're going to concede at the back, if you're going to concede at the back, then, you're
quite sure one out of those two would score.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're correct.
Here's a substitution for Samoa North. Batiste coming in for Rogers. So just in the final minute now of this game, 5-1. Who would have thought that? I think I predicted 2-1, Brent.
Yeah, I did as well.
You did as well.
I thought it would have been a close encounter, but again, as much as the scoreline suggests a hammering, a lot of it is down to the brilliance of Noel and Sween.
Yeah,
it really is. And I'd have to add to the fact that some naive defending by Queen's Royal College.
Well, that's a
which you can fix.
Another nicely chipped ball forward by Sween there, and a good defending in the end by QRC. See, a QRC player is down, and certainly not Kwashi, because Kwashi is walking towards him. So we're just coming up to the 90th minute of this game. As let's see, the man down is the goal scorer for QRC, Lamsey. He's had a good game in the middle field. He couldn't do very much, Brent, about the goals. He had that terrific shot from outside the box, and then he also had the shot that hit the post from outside the box. So he is one to reckon with from a QRC perspective. He seems to be able, his shooting ability from just outside the box seems to be good.
Yeah, and you would add the likes of Karut as well to that.
Yeah.
Up front, Ronaldinho looks a bit of a handful. And as I said, there are one or two bright spots
for QRC,
despite the scoreline. And as much as Coach Kenwin Jones will have a lot in terms of trying to pick the team up moving into the next phase and next games, there's a lot for him to point to that was positive.
And I think the first thing he has got to do is to tell his players, listen, you weren't beaten by San Juan North. You were beaten by a young man up front who took his chances and took his chances well. Well, we're going to restart as the player is up. We have 3 minutes of added on time. And I would expect that to be increased by, because we haven't started the added on time as yet. There was a picture of Kenwin Jones, sorry. And don't think he should be too disconsolate of this defeat. As you
I think he would be concerned defensively. They were naive and poor in terms of allowing the opportunities, but the execution of the opportunities by Noel and Sween has been outstanding. And you're right, that's really the difference in the game.
Well, here is the man who came on as a substitute, Nelson, looking to come forward. And real tussle for that ball now. Player goes down, but he wins the throw for QRC. 5-1. If you're now joining us here, what a score line for San Juan North. A beaver trick from Larry Noel, and the other one coming from Kedel Jones, and the lone item for QRC, Toe Lamsey. This is, couldn't keep it in. Jedel Joseph couldn't keep that one in, and this is San Juan North with Lewis going all the way back to his keeper. Sends that wide to Desse Lewis. This is Ferguson. Sends that long ball forward, but it's well won here by QRC. It's with Franklin. And that is the end of it. The referee has played the 3 minutes of added on time. A comprehensive victory here for San Juan North against QRC. Who would have thought it before you came into this game today at a 5-1 defeat? But Queen's Royal College, as we keep saying, Brent, they were beaten by a young man who came up on the day, was absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, scoring 4 goals and ensuring a comprehensive win on the opening day of the season for San Juan North. 5-1 against Queen's Royal College. We'll take a break and then we'll come right back here at the San Juan North ground.